Well, welcome back to West of Loathing. I am your humble host, SpoonsAsunder. Now, I got my ghosty horse and I'm pretty eager to take it for a ride wherever I'm going. But since I'm here, first I'm gonna go see if I can talk to that goblin now that I got goblin tongue. The goblin shouts, "I'm Gary." Hi, Gary. Hi, hello, hi, hello, I am Gary, who are you? Introduce yourself. Well, I'm Frank. Hello, Frank, good to meet you. What Frank doing down here? Well, I was sent to murder you. I'm an honest person. Well, Gary, to be honest, the bartender sent me down here to kill you. Gary wrinkles his nose. Hey, what that being a terrible idea. Bartender not being a good idea, man. Gary wants to popping, but not here. Too close to home. Gary wants to popping far up and high away. New Gary everywhere. Man, goblins are friggin' weird. Settle down, Gary. Gary doesn't like to settling. Gary wants to traveling and popping. If Frank going far up and high away, maybe taking Gary with you, eh? I'll think about it. He seems harmless, but, well, bouncing around on my lantern here. Oh, hey, it's you, Gary, traveling with you far up and high away. I'm going. I'll let you know, Gary. Okay, so it looks like I have the option to bring Gary with me whenever I leave with my ghost horse. And possibly the person, not the sheriff, I don't want the sheriff, the lady at the bar. If I get a rifle, I bet she would. And didn't the old guy offer? What do you say, Pete? Who, me? Well, heck, I say all kinds of things. For instance, by ginger, some metal scab shangles zapped my flapjack. Okay, I don't even know what to say to all that. Pete takes a swig of his whiskey. Pete notices the nugget of silver he found earlier. I'll take that old silver nugget off your hands if you like. Give you 81 meat for it. Will I need it elsewhere, I wonder. I think 81 meat is a fairly small amount, so just in case I need it later, I'm not going to sell it to him. Nah, I'm gonna hold on to this one. Well, as you please. Pete squints and points at the unrefined meat ore you're carrying. You ain't seem like someone got much use for unrefined ore, stranger. I'll buy it off'n you for 73 meat. Well, I don't think that'll be really useful for anything, because it just says just sell it, and I don't want to carry it around. So I'm gonna sell him that. He chuckles and hands you some meat. Pleasure doing business with you. See you later, Pete. But didn't you want to come with me? Yeah. Oh, it's something else. For instance, by ginger, there's a ghost in my meat pouch. But I probably shouldn't think about that more than... I'm just gonna let that one go. Wow. Okay. Mistake talking to Pete. Just leave it at that. I'm not bringing Pete with me. Okay, so I will go to the Cochran Ranch here and see if I can find the morning lady's rifle for her. There's a bathtub. All the water in this trough has boiled away. Of course it's a trough, not a bathtub. Susie Ranch House has burned to the ground, just like she said. I got stuck on the log there for a second. That sounds like cows. Something behind this door is making some pretty awful noises. Come back to that in a second. Not the cacti. Anything in the outhouse? The outhouse is the only thing still standing. At least that's functional. Alright, let's go through the murder cow door. It's a normal basement. Just let me handstand through here. Looks like somebody was in the middle of fixing a knife. I'll grab that knife. Hopefully the handle end. A varmint skin and knife. This is a knife optimized for separating varmints from their hides. Okay, that seems useful. These pies were not safe. That's so sad. Demon cow thing. Let me make sure I have good weapons for this. 5 to 6, is this any better? No, and I don't really have much else. Alright, I'm gonna do some upgrading here real quick before I go into the fight. Lava Fava was my favorite, so I'm gonna upgrade that. And I think the other damage one is Mysticality, spell damage. So hopefully I don't die. Oh, maybe there's a health one. Oh, actually I want the maximum AP because that's what I needed to cast Lava Fava. So I want some gumption, I think. Yeah. Yep. Gumption. Alright, time to face this head cow head on. This thing looks angry. You're not going to make it to that safe without dealing with it. Okay, I'll deal with it. Got to jump on him. I don't know. I have no idea how tough these things are, so... I could use one for that, but I kind of just want to kill it, so... Burn it! Lava Fava that cow head. Alright. It's not too bad, I think. Didn't I just... I thought I had another AP now. Well, fine, I might be screwed. Probably not. I still probably win, but... I don't know what happened there. Bang! Sad cow noise. You defeated that nasty cow skull floating in a cloud of flame. Hooray! Gun safe. It's the Cochran family gun safe. Do I know the combination? Did she tell me? Apparently. Got Susie's rifle. It's an old rifle, but it has obviously been well cared for. There are 6 little notches carved into the stock. The number of murders done with it. Nothing else down here. Sometimes there's something hidden in a corner. Alright, I'll just slide my way out of the basement here. Alright, Susie. Here's your gun. Find my rifle yet, stranger? Yep, here she is. Susie's eyes well up with tears as you hand her the rifle. She roughly scrubs her sleeve across her face before any of them spill over. Trying to be tough. Thanks, stranger. I didn't catch your name. I'm Frank. And frankly, I'm Frank. Thanks, Frank. Can't rightly say what this means to me. She looks at the rifle for a long moment, then looks back up at you. She sighs. Well, that's enough wallowing in misery. Time for me to hit the road. If you want me to tag along with when you head west, just say the word. Sounds good, Susie. Although I don't think it'll be exactly an uplifting spirit in my new adventures. Give this mug real quick. I don't know. I'm tempted to take the goblin instead, even though he's completely insane. He's funny. What, those poker players that I swindled earlier? They don't have enough meat left to bother with. It looks like they're playing for spiders now. Are you really that desperate to play poker that you're gonna bet with spiders? How do you even keep track of them? And I'm just gonna cartwheel away from that and not question it. Went back to Doc Alice to see if she had anything more to say. Do you have any idea what's causing the resurrections? Well, I heard a rumor. A rumor? What is it? It's when you get incomplete information from an unverified source. I know what a rumor is, but it's the content of the said rumor. Anyway, what I heard is that there's a fella out west that's causing it. A necromancer, they call him. Supposedly he's sending magic out into the world somehow. Well, I'm a bean slinger with my magic of my own, so maybe I can take that necromancer down. Or join him. Magic like the beanslingers use? I never heard of any beanslinger raising the dead, have you? Her scowl deepens because I'm a beanslinger and I'm asking about raising the dead. That'd be one hell of a can of beans to open up, if you know what I'm saying. What's the deal with all the TNT? It's so when I feel like I'm about to go, I can blow myself into bits so small there won't be nothing left to come back. That's some good foresight, I think. That seems drastic, though. Drastic hell, no way am I taking the risk of becoming one of those things. I can't really blame her, but wow, you might take the whole town with you. Fair enough. About the necromancer. Assuming he exists, what about him? Well, maybe someone ought to try and stop him? Doc Alice gives you a sharp look. You? Because I know you ain't talking about me. Why not you? A gray-haired old woman that knows as much about fighting as a squirrel knows surgery? Did you hit your head on a bar stool, kid? Is she asking because she's a doctor or because she's just calling me stupid? You aren't that old. And if I were going to pick someone to go up against the necromancer, it would be someone who also knows about death, but in a scientific way. A doctor, right? Doc Alice stares hard at you and takes a swig from her bottle again, saying nothing. And it sounds to me like you've got plenty of motivation to get the job done. For your friends and everyone, and yourself. She continues to look at you. You can see the gears turning in her head. That's creepy. It beats doing nothing anyway, except drinking. Beats locking yourself in a house full of TNT and drinking yourself to death. You aren't even doing any doctoring anymore. She winces and looks away. Then she shakes her head slowly. You seriously expect me to ride out west by myself, chasing a rumor? Doesn't have to be by yourself. Wink, wink. Hint, hint. I'm heading west too. Tag along with me, and maybe we can find the guy and put a stop to him. It's crazy. Impossible. Impossible, like raising the dead is impossible. I do have a point, don't I? Alice crosses her arms and regards you thoughtfully. A spark slowly brightens in her eyes. Maybe it's from that fireplace that's way too close to the TNT. Alright, kid, what the hell? Let's give it a shot. Cool. So she's another option of someone to bring with me. Whee! These stupid walks are amazing. That's gotta be one of my favorite stupid walks. Oh, he stopped. Okay, I don't see a way to actually select which one to take with me at this point because all of them you just tell that you'll let them know. So I sure hope I get to pick after I say I'm gonna leave the town. So I am sure. Okay, good. Alright, so I can take Crazy Pete, Doc Alice, Susie Cochran, Gary the Goblin, or alone. Well, that's just too lonely. So Crazy Pete might be useful in unknown ways, but he's kind of the wild card bet, and I don't want to go for that. Doc Alice is good for the necromancer if that's a big plot point, and maybe healing, but she's an alcoholic and pretty careless with TNT, so that's a bit of a bad thing to bring along. Susie Cochran is probably a soldier that would fight with me to the death, because she's probably also quite depressed, and I don't know about that. But Gary seems lighthearted and potentially useful, and maybe he can duplicate himself with whatever popping is. So I'm inclined to go for Gary. Take Gary the Goblin, and I can speak his language now. You head back to the saloon's basement and smuggle Gary out under your coat. How did I fit Gary under my coat? What kind of coat is that? With the trail. You consult the southeast-west map the hostler gave you. It only lists two things, the town of Dirtwater and the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company's westernmost camp. You discovered these two locations. Head for Dirtwater. Alright, I'm on the road. There's Gary dancing around there. It's your partner, Talk. Hello, Gary. Wanting more goblins meeting. Gary is hearing about goblins in old fort nearby. Fort Cowardice. That's a terrible name for a fort. You're just begging to be destroyed by whoever just happens upon your fort. Am I forgetting about anything? Gary says you should see the bartender about renting that room in Dirtwater. It'd be nice to have a base of operations. Haven't even talked to the bartender in Dirtwater yet. Gary shrugs. Apparently that's all the suggestions he can think of. That's something. Much obliged. Is that the cart that I fell off of after he sold his turnips? Translucency whinnies as you approach. Calm her mane. She neighs with whispery gratitude. Looks like a nice little town. Lot available. Are these all things that I can get, I guess, in the future? Not a lot available past this point. I like that. Gotta go to the jail first. The clerk clears her throat. Howdy, are you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. I have a fake sheriff's badge that was meant for children. Can I be a sheriff? Do you have any law enforcement experience? I tracked down one gang. That's something. Not really. Have you been to sheriff's school? I have the fake badge. Isn't that enough? Do you have any existing relationship with Dirtwater's local government? I literally arrived like a minute ago. Are you familiar with all the local ordinances? Do you even live here? No. Then what, may I ask, in tarnation makes you think you'd be qualified to be the sheriff? I just assumed my plastic badge was enough. You just assumed that you could mosey into town and become sheriff on your first day? I mean, my protagonizing was well established at the beginning. Well, when you put it that way. She snorts. If I had 5 meat for every white-eyed protagonist-looking kid who wanders in here thinking they're the most important tenderfoot to ever strap on iron, I wouldn't need this dead-end clerking job. Okay, sorry. It's okay. Like I said, it happens all the time. Offer to help then? Give me that experience that you want. Need any help? Sure, if you're any good with a gun, there's always somebody in need of some justice, and by justice I mean just shoot 'em. Wanted posters are back there. Cells are over yonder. She points behind her and off to the right, respectively. Take your leave. It's a wanted poster, or a wanted poster, if accuracy is important. Capitalization. It matters. The House in the Desert Gang for mortgage non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. I'd probably lead with that. Last seen at the House in the Desert. Imagine that. 500 meat reward. You wonder if the house is named after them or if they're named after the house. In any case, at least their location is unambiguous. There's only one house in the desert? Want to go after him? Yes. You take note of the location of the house and resolve to bring the house gang to justice. Alright, got it. What's the other one? It's a wanted poster. No, wait, you misread it. It's a wasted poster. Close enough. Whoever wrote it was probably wasted. The Stripy Hat Gang for grand theft paint and tasteless hat vandalism. Of course. Last seen in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon. Which one? Is it a cavern or a canyon? One has a roof, one doesn't. Kinda matters. Interesting. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and low-down, no-fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable. I definitely want to go after them. Fashion is paramount. I discovered Cavern Canyon. Got it. Anything else? Just wanted to say hi. Hi, well, I best be getting back to work. She coughs as if to say you should be doing nothing more important. Something more important. I should be tracking down the people that none of you seem to ever find. This empty cell is all ghostly. And I'm going to capture a ghost gang. Maybe my ghost horse would be helpful or not like that. I don't know. Well, Gary did tell me to go into the saloon and see what's what. So, hello, Mr. Mustache. Well, howdy there. Always nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to the Jewel Saloon. Hi, thanks. I'm Frank. Glad to know you, Frank. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, Lloyd. I saw the sign out front advertising a lit room. Actually, I heard it from my goblin friend, but I'm not going to tell you that. That's right. Finest room in the house. Plenty of room for your partner, too. You already know about my goblin. They're so accepting in this town. How much does it cost? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker fella, and he paid a month in advance right before getting himself killed by bandits. You seem like a decent sort, so the room's yours if you want it. Alright, I'm not one to complain. Anything else to tell me? Hiya, Lloyd. Sure, I'll have some bourbon. Coming right up. Dirtwater bourbon. Class of famous Dirtwater bourbon, which is famous mostly for having visible chunks of dirt in it. That was not worth the 5 meat. It even sells for 3. Anything else? I'm not buying another shot of dirt bourbon. Need any help? Well, if you're handy with mechanical type stuff, something's gone wrong with our piano player. I thought the music sounded a little off. Yeah, it's not supposed to sound like that. Let's see what I can do. Thanks, I'd have poked around in him myself. But I lost the key. This has suddenly taken a strange turn. Not so sure about Lloyd. Here's your partner. Anything new to say in here? Nice place, many people. Gary betting the basement is much nicer than in Boring Springs. Yeah, they probably don't want people going in their basement. Oh. Sorry. I know how much he likes basements. You guys just sleep fighting? These guys must have fallen asleep during the brawl. That's the only logical explanation. Guest rooms? Is this my room? You look at yourself in the mirror. Insult yourself? You call yourself a red-booted chicken-sniffing jerk. In effect, angry. You're madder than a hornet. If your anger level gets higher than 1, you'll pass out from rage. Wow, I got that angry just from insulting myself in a mirror. Alright, insult yourself again. You better not insult yourself anymore. You get any angrier, you're liable to pass out. Okay, I pass out anyway, but whatever. Gary has a bed now. That's nice. Nice view from up here. There's a postcard on this little table. Take it. Blank postcard. Maybe you should write to your family back home. In case you don't know how the mail works, you send these by going to a building called a post office and giving it to the correspondence wizard who works there. That sounds like how postcards work. That's my bed. Do I get anything for sleep? Is it a different door? Is it? Ooh, it's a shortcut door. That's what it is. Sleep. You go to sleep. You dream that you're shopping for belts with a shadowy figure in a canoe. I always have dreams like that. And then you hear Rufus whisper your name. You wake up quite refreshed. Okay then. You wake up refreshed and restored and hungry and sober. Let's mosey. Oh, day 2. Second day of the rest of your life. Well, I got a postcard to send and a piano to fix and a spittoon to dig in. In the next episode, I'll be doing all that and chasing down the house in the desert gang. The gang in the house in the desert and I'll be tracking them down and arresting them and or shooting them. Many thanks for watching this video, and until next time, may your spoons remain.